Hey gang, it's Corey with YRC West, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the HB Toys Wilderness R1011. This is the upgraded version of the Wilderness Beluga R1001. Now this one, depending on sales, is about $80 more expensive than the original. So I guess the question you would ask is, well, what's the difference between the two? And obviously you have a different shell. It's a Wrangler instead of a Bronco. It comes with some pretty decent scale details. This one has front and rear diff locks, and it has actually an additional light on it, and all of the 6 channels on the receiver are used. Now they claim it comes with a 6,000 milliamp 2S Li-ion battery, but the one I got with it was a 3,000 milliamp 2S Li-ion. They also claim that it's a new chassis. The new chassis structure is what they say, but comparing the two, looking at them, there's no discernible difference. And it also says it comes with alloy gear, which I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that, because you have gears in your portals as well as your drivetrain, so I'm not sure which one is alloy, or all of them, or is there a single portal that has alloy gear. And then obviously, since it has the front and rear diff lock, there's additional servos. So let's take a quick look at the body. You see, it does come with some scale details. You have fuel cans, a shovel attached. The rear view mirrors fold in, just like the other one. And on the front, they give you the Angry Eye grille, metal D-rings, plastic bumper. These windshield wipers actually are flexible, unlike the other ones with plastic molded. This is the additional light bar. Comes with a snorkel. Comes with a functional Widowada. I'm not sure exactly what you use that for. Put a little guy on there and fake him climbing up. Comes with a roof rack. Functional spare. And I found interesting that I don't know what tires these are knockoffs of, but they're almost identical to the tires that come stock on the Danchi Ridge Runner. The only real difference is the ones on the Ridge Runner, you have some piping on the lugs, which you don't have on this, and then there's piping on the side lugs, which you don't have on that. So if anyone in the comments actually knows what these tires are knockoffs of, let me know, because I'm really curious. Also, if you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Alright, so let's have a look underneath. Just like the previous version, all the linkage is metal, including the steering linkage. There really is no discernible difference between the two. You have a metal chassis, plastic underside, plastic skid plate, plastic diff covers, plastic drive shafts. Pop this top off. And again, just like the other one, you got to be careful because you don't want to have to plug all this stuff back in. But the body shell is reinforced all around. Pretty thorough with the lights there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. You see, for the receiver, all the channels are in use. You have your front and rear diff lock, Hobbywing 1060, which is, you know, it claims waterproof. This actually, so the other version claims it's splash proof, which it doesn't specify if they're talking about the receiver or the ESC, but we know that the Hobbywing 1060 is, you know, waterproof, quote unquote. And this is the same thing. I looked at this receiver and really I couldn't see the difference between the two, so I don't know if they're saying the receiver is waterproof, but we'll find out because I've shorted out the receiver on the R1001 twice. Motor's the same. You have a 550 motor. I don't know what wound it is. It's a 35 turn, 27, 55, I have no idea. Again, you have the 2-speed transmission. You have the 3 kilogram steering servo, chassis mounted. So we already kind of know the upgrade path we need to take for this to basically make it a beast. But I'm going to run it stock and see how it performs. I'd imagine it performs very similar to the first one. So let's get a battery in it and we'll check out the lights. Quick break. You can't fit a hard pack in here without bulging out the side. I mean, it fits really snugly, but I mean, it's gonna have some fatigue on the plastic there, so keep that in mind. I mean, maybe running the stock battery is ideal. All right, so to control the lights, you have your channels here, and you hit once and you kind of go through your normal set, and then in this mode, if you hit setup, you get your brights, and then they're off. Now to control the light bar, you press it twice, and you actually have quite a bit of options, which are pretty neat. It's a bit much for me, but I don't know if, you know, that's worth an extra 80 bucks. And then off. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you lock the front, they come unlocked, so this signifies that the front is locked, that signifies that the rear is locked. Personally, I just prefer them to be locked all the time. Having them, being able to open and lock them, unlock and lock them doesn't really make a difference to me. For trailing and crawling, I just prefer all-time four-wheel drive, to be honest with you. All right, what you? I guess I'll show you the rear if you want. It does have turn signals. All right, so let's take it out and see how it performs.
wheel.
All right, so it's not waterproof. That side hill roll into the creek, that was in the first couple minutes. Within 4 or 5 minutes after that, I started having electrical issues. I lost throttle. I let it sit for about 5 minutes, and I got throttle back again. But the diff lock for the front stopped. The servo just stopped functioning, and then I would lose throttle again. So I let it dry out longer, and I let it dry out for maybe 10 minutes, and then I was able to use it again. But I was never able to lock the front diff. So it's going to have to dry out completely for a couple days before that's going to function again. It's definitely a little more resilient than the first version, but when they're talking about waterproof, I doubt they're talking about the receiver, and they're talking about the Hobbywing 1060, which is waterproof anyways. Additionally, the battery actually doesn't fit very well in there, so I would suggest using a shorty pack or the provided battery. But we have an upgrade path, and to make this thing a beast, we're going to use the Hobbywing Fusion SE 1800 kV because it has 2-speed. We're also going to use the Flash Hobby 35 kg servo to get rid of the 3-gram servo. We're going to use these trio bead locks, which I have another pair mounted here on these tires, but I'm not going to use those tires. What I want to use are these tires from the Fusion, Scent Fusion, which I like these tires. They're really good, and I think they're going to work really well on this for grip, because these tires, they're just not good. You'll notice just driving on those surfaces that you have a problem with grip. All right, thanks for watching.